If I had to start it all over again, if I had to start a business again, there are 4 C's I need to pay attention to. Very critical. If I have to start again, there are 4 C's I need to pay attention to. And then in no particular order, I'm going to start. Number 1, I'm going to pay attention to competence. We live in a world where people look down on competence. Competence is majorly like your ingredient for starting. Now, if you don't have competence in a certain area, why are you going there? So you've got to search, where do I have competence? Where am I good at? Like they say, competence is the ability to do something very successfully. So you need competence in a certain area. I'm not saying you're going to be very good, but you must be good in a certain area. I have to look at, what am I good at? Where I have competence, I need to look at that critically. It's important you go to area where you have competence. That's the only place you can excel if you really want to go into business. And if you're out there, you're thinking, 2024, what can I do possibly? Where can I look at areas where you have competence? Go into such area. Number 2, I want to look at character. Guys, character is everything. Character is the sum total of who you are. When people see you, what they see is your character. If they don't like you, it's your character they don't like, not you particularly. Now, character is very important. You develop a character in a specific business. See, the character explains quite a lot. It talks about your ambition, your compassion, your humility, your honesty, your flexibility, your creativity, your loyalty, your genuity, your generosity, a whole lot. It explains a whole lot about you. See, schools will say, we found you worthy in learning and in character, so they issue you a certificate. See, people will not do business with you if they think you have a dubious character. People will not do things with you. You can't grow above some certain threshold because of your character. And it doesn't matter if you have good competence. And I'm going to share this story where I have an electrician. I'm not going to call his name. Of course, he's following me, so he's saying this. He's a great guy. This guy can fish out any fault in a building and rectify it like this. But guess what? He has bad character. He will give you a quotation and you agree with him on the quotation. He will come back again. He will lose some items and come back to you and say, these are faulty ones. One day he did it in my office, and so I told my assistant to mark those items with a permanent marker. So he did. I gave him money. He went. Guess what? He came back with exactly those same set of circuit breaker he condemned, and then he replaced them back again. Yet I paid him for that. That was the day I told him, I said, hey, you've been very inconsistent in your character. And guess what? Today we call it a quit. It doesn't matter how good you are. Once you have character flaw, people will always find someone to replace. There's always somebody willing to replace you. So your character is very important. And people don't pay attention to character. You see, people pay attention to success. I need this. Your character is more like the major ingredient to succeed in business. And I'm not joking, I'm not kidding you. Character. The next is consistency. You know what he said? A consistent man is better than a genius. He said consistency is what makes an average man an excellent person. So consistency. Forget how you're starting. Forget where you are. Forget whether you know it or you don't know it. But if you be consistent, you begin to develop an incredible skills. You begin to develop competence. You begin to develop perfection in that area. Guess what? You're unstoppable. I fear a man that is consistent. Growing up, I know a guy, I used to sell, growing up, we would buy small chickens, and they will rear, they will grow up, will sell as kids. This guy has been very consistent. This guy was consistent in coming to the neighborhood to sell chicken. Usually we'll carry it on his head. He was coming. Now, so we grew up, and one day I ran into this guy, and he has a very big farm with hatchery. Guess what? He started a long time ago when we were still kids. Now he's a much, much older person, group person, but he's been established. He started with small arteries here and there, here and there, here and there. He was hawking it everywhere. We were basically the one patronizing. It looked as if he doesn't have a future. But guess what? He's been consistent in doing that. Today, he's a multi-millionaire poultry business. He has one of the biggest poultry I can recommend to anyone as of today. Very important, consistency. Do it all over again. There will be a day that it looks as if it's not working. There will be a day you want to quit. There will be a day you just want out. But guess what? Stay on it. Learn, pay the price. Begin to learn. Learn from your mistake. and then amend it, turn it around, and guess what? Success is waiting. Finally, courage. I know a whole lot of persons who know so much to start one of the biggest business, but they've not found the courage to start. You've got to start from where you are. Start from that one bedroom. Start from where you are. Start from that place you're working. Set up a business. Work by the side. And then eventually find the courage to resign. I remember when I worked with very reputable, I'm not going to call the name of the organization, and you have job security, but I was pursuing my dream and I was going to quit. It was a decision. Would you want to quit to go and do nothing? There's nothing in for you here. There's no guarantee that this is going to work. But against all odds, I still push and I put down my pen and I resigned from that position. Guess what? Everything changed the moment I resigned. When I resigned, I knew I had no other option than to make it work. So I put in my energy, I put in everything. It was my last card. I put in everything I got. And today, we can have this discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start a business, these 4 C's are things you must pay attention to. Work on it. And guess what? I can't wait to share your testimony. My name is Jide Wabude. This is Monday Morning Motivation with Jide Wabude, and I'm here willing to assist as much as I can. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers, guys.